So, what do? We become economical in our usage by drawing up a scale of preference, paying for the things that are more important or most important, and then paying less attention for the things that are not important. So by meeting your scale of preference, attending to the first things on top, you see that the year we end, you won't have much crisis. The reason because you have only spent money on relevance and have spent nothing on irrelevance. Are you there? Now, I said when you have reinvested 7 portions into your life, you have 3 portions left. And I said yesterday, on no account must you touch the 3 portions. The 3 portions left must not be touched. It must not be spent. He that spends is a fool. Proverbs 21 verse 20. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the house of the wise, but the fool spendeth it up all. All. So you are earning salary 100,000 in the month, and you cannot divide your salary into 10 portions and take 7 for yourself and keep 3 portions. Then you are a fool. Year in, year out, you remain the same. Because he that doesn't have plan for his life does not have a future. Future is not because there is time ahead. Future is because you have a plan for the time ahead. But he that has no plan for the time ahead has no future. So there are many people who are seated right now among us, they don't have a future. You know why? There's no plan. But he that has a future is someone who has plan on ground for the future. Take note of that. Now, I did say the remaining 3 portions, this is what you do to it. Out of the remaining 3 portions, you take 1 portion, which is 10% now, and you give to God. So acknowledge him that it is he who giveth the power to get wealth. Any man that wants to be wealthy in this life must understand the mystery of tithing. That it is not because you tithed, suddenly you saw some money coming. No, God will not give you ideas and position you in places where others may not be. That is when we now say the art of providence is at work in your life. Providence. Don't joke with it. Every man you've seen that ever rose to power, it's not because they work so hard. That's what we call the element of providence. I want to say providence. Another word for providence is called fortune. In Latin, it's called fortuna. In the layman's language, it's called luck. Then in some kind of remote language, it's called chance. I don't like to call it chance, because chance is a gamble. Come on. I hope I'm talking to someone here. So now, you acknowledge the Almighty giving 1 portion, which is 10% of the 10 portions. Then you have 2 left. Is that true? Now, out of the 2, give yourself 1 portion because you are worthy to be paid. Do not be mistaken. The salary given to you is not for you. But out of that salary given to you, there's a portion meant for you. That is, if it's went to 10 portion, 1 portion is for self. Don't touch that money. Save it. No matter how tempted you are, save it. Even if you are hungry, save it. Even if someone is asking you for money, save it. And don't give your savings to someone. And never call your savings your money. If you always have a mentality that in my savings account, the 100,000, 1 million, that is mine, someone will take it from you. Because someday somebody will have a crisis and the person will come. And when the person comes with the crisis, you will have this feeling that you have money in your savings. So you will draw it and give him. Hello. That money must be seen as not your money. And never calculate that money in your calculations. Don't put it in your calculations. And never consider it that you have money. See it as something that is lost. Hello. If you want to make fortune in life, you must understand the power of savings. That for every 10 portions given to you in this life, 1 portion is meant for self. And that self is a remote self. Then, out of the 3 portions, now you have 1 portion left. That 1 portion left now, you will now put it in what we call future account. What did I say? Future account. So see it. 10 portions. You divide your salary. or divide your profit into 10 portions, 7 portions for self. Now, if you use 7 portions, it's not enough. I'm asking, must you use all 10 portions? Check all those who use all 10 portions. Yet they don't amount to anything. Year in, year out, they are still hungry. Year in, year out, they are nowhere to be found. You have 7 portions for Christ's sake. Why are your eyes still going to 3 portions? You are greedy. Use 7 portions. It's enough. And God is not angry with you. He said, give a portion to 7 and another to 8. So you have 3 portions left. Now, out of 3 portions, give 1 portion to who? Almighty, your God, who blesses you. Then give 1 portion to who? Self. And then give the last portion to who? Future. So, at the end of the day, you have given 8 portions out. Give a portion to 7 and a portion to 8. So the 8th portion is the one you give to God. Are you getting me now? Take note of that. Now, if you plan your life like this, year in, year out, see what will happen. In 5 years' time, you notice that in your future account, you have nearly close to about maybe $1 million naira or more. And in your own personal account, you have maybe close to $1 million naira or more. Now, with that, you are not under pressure. You can invest. Now, if you think that 5 years is too much, now, do nothing for 5 years. You realize that 5 years is not much. But if you plan your life, you discover that in 5 years, when others are still saying they don't have money, in 5 years, you have something you can withdraw to say, now, I can invest with this. I went on and I taught us also on financial management. And I taught us that finance is not the same as money. Finance is the management of money. And I said there are mainly 3 types of financing, and then we also have various forms of finance. And I spoke about investment. Hello. Now, spending should be investment based. If you are spending something, make sure you are getting something from your expenses. If you have to spend money to call someone, let it be that after all, you have derived an information that is helpful to your life. Whatever money you spend in life that does not give you a return is a wasted money. So do not think in terms of spending. Even if you are spending, think in terms of investing. Investing or investment is something you throw away that comes back to you. Cast thy bread upon thy waters. After many days, you will have it. Cast thy bread. You throw it away, but you got it back. That's investment. But if you expended, you threw it away, you never got something back. And I also spoke about borrowing. Borrowing is also another type of financial management. But you don't borrow to eat. Never borrow to eat. Do not borrow to buy clothes. Do not borrow to spend. Do not borrow to wed. Do not borrow to pay house rent. Even though it may be slightly a bit mild in that area, but it's still not good. It's not a good advice. You only borrow for the purpose of investment. There's an investment opportunity, so you decide to borrow. So that from the profit you make, you can pay back what you have borrowed. So he that borrows to eat is a nobody. But he that borrows to invest is a somebody. Never borrow until you have a purpose for your borrowing. Did I communicate? Did I communicate? Now, I may not begin to speak much on this because it's on YouTube, it's on Telegram, it's on Facebook. So you go back there, you listen, and you remain the same. This is 21st century for Christ's sake. So if I am a pastor in the 21st century and I'm not equipping you, then I'm doing you a disservice. Because I know what I'm called this end time. Are you there with me now? Hello? Yes, I know what I'm called this end time. That is why each month that passes by, there is an assignment for that month. I may not have talked about business and finance throughout the year, but I can't just ignore it in the month of October because I understand the timing. And because I understand the timing, I'm able to bring these things to you and get blessed because I want to see you make progress. I want to see you on top. I want to see billionaires emerging from Triumph Ministry. And I also want to warn you because in the month of November, I'll be talking about 40 end-time skills you are going to derive in order to help yourself as this end-time approaches. And I'm going to tell a lot of you, by the grace of God, in future, when you now make so much money, you become billionaires, don't hide your money. Because the truth is that I don't need it, but I have to help you because I have knowledge that you don't have. So you are now 2 billion naira rich, 5 billion naira rich, and you are just messing up. You'll be there, and trouble will come and overtake you. But I can help you manage your money because I know what to tell you because of the times that we are. Hello? Yes, because of the times that we are. I can help you. There's a season that is coming on the globe. My eyes are fixed on that season. The moment I perceive it, I can tell you when the world will end. I may not be exact, but I can take it very close to it. Hello? If you want to understand the end of the world, read Genesis. The beginning of everything is where the end is. The end of a thing is in the beginning. So the beginning gives you the platform for the end. If you want to understand Revelations, read Genesis. Genesis is the unfolding of Revelations. Revelation is the closing. Genesis is what? The unfolding, which is the unveiling. In Genesis 41, Pharaoh dreamt a dream. 7 cows, fat cows, and then 7 lean cows. The 7 lean cows devoured the 7 fat cows, and they didn't have weight, and he was afraid. What kind of dream is this? And it happened twice. Nobody could interpret it except a young boy who was in prison. They brought him out of the prison and interpreted it. O king, the 7 fat cows represent 7 years of plenty, 7 years of abundance, where everybody will be rich, but don't waste it. Because after then, there will be a 7 years of famine, scarcity. Simple. In the end time, we know that there's going to be a period of tribulation. 3.5 plus 3.5, which is 7 years. 7 years of dominion by the beast on earth. The first beast and the second beast. It's going to be horrible. And when the second beast will take the stage, after the first 3.5 years, it will make all men to receive a mark. That it is with this mark they will buy and sell. Meaning that in the end time, there will be no need for money. That means money will not be the legal document by which we exchange for buying and selling activities. So money will fail completely. E-money will fail. Are you with me now? Cryptocurrency will fail. Everything will fail. Oh my God. Naira notes, dollar notes, everything will fail. They say one world currency. There's not like one world currency. Even if you achieve it in the end time, it won't be needed. What will be needed in the end time is a mark. The mark will be your currency. Hello, either the mark on your hand or the mark on your forehead. What will be a currency in the end time will also be worshipping of the beast, or receiving the name of the beast, or receiving the mark of the beast, or having the number, which is the identity, ID number of the beast. So ID will be your currency. That means in the end time, there will be abundance of food. But the food will be controlled. You didn't get it? Are you getting something here? There will be what? Abundance. Meaning that food will be abundant. The reason, the 7 years of abundance that will hit the earth, there are people that will capitalize and leverage on it, and they will have more than enough. God. You see the likes of, have you not surprised that for the past 4 or 5 years, there's a story that have circulated the internet about Bill Gates. He's buying lands in California, in many parts of America. Lands. When I mean lands. Lands. He's buying land. Do you know what those lands will be used for? Agriculture. So there will be enough food. The billionaires of this world, we have food, sufficient food, enough food. And one of the mission of the Antichrist, it will come like a Joseph, an anti-Joseph in the world. The first 7 years, there will be abundance in the particular location. They will maximize it. So that the next 7 years, when famine will come, and there's no food to eat, you'll be forced to take whatever they give you in order to eat. Did it not happen in Egypt? Didn't Joseph force the people to bring everything they had, even bring themselves, to give as servants to King Pharaoh? To Pharaoh. The people were hungry, for Christ's sake. The people came with money and said, money has failed. That means there is no need for money. Meaning that what was in Genesis will also happen in Revelation. Money will fail. You can't buy things with money again. What you used to buy things is mark of the beast. Did you catch this now? Did you catch this now? Mean that there will be food, but you can't access it. So, are you there with November? Don't worry, I'll teach you a lot of things. I am the prophet of this end time. And the Jeremiah. If you're looking for Jeremiah, don't look for him. I'm the one. Hello. If you're looking for Daniel, forget Daniel. Daniel is on earth, not me. If you're looking for John the beloved, the one who slept on Jesus' breast, don't look for him anywhere. He's in triumph ministry. Not me. Hello. Yes, I have to tell you this. Like to enter you. Because I know what I'm telling you. So, stay with me, you see what will happen. The moment you see inside church, people are becoming millionaires. Small person that will not become a millionaire. Suddenly, person become a millionaire. They are rich. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. That time is going to last for a while. You hear people say, oh, Nigeria is okay. Things are happening. You will now see somebody all the way from Korea coming to live in Nigeria. You will see somebody from Denmark is taking Nigeria citizenship. Once you start seeing white people flowing into Nigeria in abundance, know that the world is about to end. The moment you have a Nelson Mandela type as president of Nigeria, trouble don't come. Nigeria is not supposed to have a good president. But the moment you see a good president in Nigeria, it's a sign that the world is about to end. Because Nigeria is a sign to the world. Once you see corruption is reducing in Nigeria, there is good leadership, there are good governors, there's a good president, buckle up your sandals. Because people will troop into Nigeria, because God will use Nigeria to save a lot of souls. So many will be saved. And at this period, the economy of Nigeria will rise. Nigeria will become a global power. This thing will not, it won't take long. These things will happen. Now, when you begin to notice this, you see that you as an individual, you're having money. And then if you're abroad, I will advise whoever that's abroad, come back to Nigeria. Come and buy properties. The moment you hear the first signal of change, of economic policies, travel from wherever you are, return to Nigeria. Go and stay in the village. Don't stay in the city. You see Ogoni land. There are some places in Ogoni land that will not be developed. Go and buy land there and stay there. You see Ubima. Go and buy land there, stay there. Don't come to Biakpo. Don't come to Potak. All these places, they are too close. It's very easy to coerce people. So you can't stay in interior areas. You go to Abia State, go to Arochukwu. No, there's a 7 years of problem. I don't have. Don't say, Pastor, what about if we are raptured? I don't know whether you'll be among those that will be raptured. Rapture is not beating your chest. I'll be raptured, I know it. You're on your own. In fact, for beating your chest alone, you'll be raptured. Hello? Are you with me, somebody? Yes.